obviously, Brittany had a great game. Maybe one of the best offensive games, 16 for 19 from the field, scores 35 points in 22 minutes. And they just really overpowered us in the paint, 50 to 18. Williams gets 12. She's 6 for 7. Pope's 8 for 12. So that's 30 for 38, I believe, roughly. We just had no answer for them inside, and we didn't shoot the ball well. But credit their defense. The Stanford game that they lost was the first game in 317 games going all the way back to 2006 that any team had shot over 50% against them. So, and that was even before Brittany was there to change the game inside. I thought the second half we settled down a little bit, and a lot of it was scoring against their bench, but I thought the second half we settled down a little bit and played a little bit better. And I was glad to see Crystal Porter bounce back. She's been struggling, and I'm very happy about Zoe Rogers, who hadn't been playing much and came off the bench and got in double figures. I thought Jessica, getting a double-double, really competed, and a lot of pressure is on her. And teams obviously can key their defense on her, and I thought she, really battled and competed and had a strong game against, a team that's got to be favored to win the national championship.
Greg, coming in when you have a player on the opposing team that's like Brittany, how do you prepare, or what do you do at that point?
Well, we're trying to guard her with 6'1" people, and we were trying to double. And it's nothing she hadn't seen, and she's 6'8", and she can see over the traps really well, and she's become a better passer, and she's improved her game she's predominantly a right shoulder player, but she's developed enough to go left shoulder, and she had some really nice quick moves, many times beating our double team. And she the only thing with her is you can't. The thing that disappointed us in our post defense was we let them get too deep, too good a position, and our resistance was not nearly what it needs to be. We tried to adjust a little bit after it was so bad to front in the post, which we normally don't do, and that was probably a little more successful. But 30 of 38 from their three posts, speaks volumes.
Just talk about going against Griner, 6'8", and she wasn't really defending you, but she was always in the paint and to clog things up when you try to drive. Talk about that.
Yeah, it was just it made you a lot more aware of what you were doing when you were driving, definitely. And you really had to keep your head up and see if she was coming over, to rotate, to try and obviously keep from getting your shot blocked. But I think it probably made us take a couple more outside shots than we would have typically liked to. But we just always have to be aware of where she's out on the floor.
Is it difficult going against playing at Tennessee, Baylor? You're going to have A&M later on. Really, the elite of the elite. Is it a concern of confidence lacking?
Like team confidence, or team. I think that we're pretty young, and I think that we've come out pretty aggressive the first against Tennessee, and then against Baylor we don't look as kind of starstruck as you might expect a team that's as young as us to be. But we just have to learn to keep fighting throughout the game regardless of what the score is.
Coach, I think you would have faced Griner when she was maybe a sophomore a couple of years ago.
Yes.
Where have you seen her game get better? Where have you seen?
Well, offensively, she's gotten much better. She's improved her range. She's a better free throw shooter. She's added to her post moves and passing out of traps and double teams, because she's seen a zillion of them. And I've said the Baylor staff's done a really good job of developing her game and bringing her along, and she's improved every year. It's one of the things we like about Jessica. She keeps working hard on her game and getting better, and not all players do that. And Brittany's certainly done that, but you know, they probably haven't had to do much coaching with her defensively. She's always had great timing and a great sense of how to block shots without fouling, and she's agile and mobile, and you know, she's 6'8" with a great wingspan, but offensively is where they've really helped her develop her game.
Does it make it even tougher, like you said? I mean, when you talk about the other two, I mean, does it make it that much?
Well, Destiny's, you know, the blue collar, you know, she's a great compliment to Brittany because she cannot, not only can she score, but she's physical, good passer. Brooklyn's playing at a really high level. She was only averaging about 14 minutes a game, and she's getting 13 and 8. Or no, 8 and 6, I think. Really getting up quality minutes, and you know, tonight she gets 17, 7, 9 in 19 minutes. So she's really, I give her credit because she was a very heralded player out of high school and started at times for them, and now her role is to come off the bench, and she's accepted that role and is flourishing in it, and gives them, you know, if you have 3 posts that you can rotate in there like that, it puts a lot of pressure on a lot of defenses.
Greg, you guys set a record tonight for Tudor Fieldhouse.
Yeah, great crowd. I want to thank everybody for coming. It was a tremendous atmosphere, and we were excited when Baylor agreed to play this game. We thought it was good for basketball, women's basketball in the city of Houston, to come out and support one of the greatest athletes to ever come through Houston, Brittany Griner. And thought it was, you know, really a unique situation to allow her to come back and play for the first time in her hometown, and probably the last time in her hometown as a senior. And by golly, she made the most of it.